In this video we're going to be having a go at making the Oxfam logo in Adobe Illustrator. Now before we get started, we want to have a look at what Oxfam has done to create this logo exactly. We'll try and break it down into some simple shapes. If we look in the background, it's quite obvious we've got a nice big green circle. But if we look at the white section, what we can see is the same shape just repeated 3 times. We've got a semicircle here, it's been flipped upside down to have a semicircle here, and then flipped back the original way to have a third semicircle. Okay, we've got some simple text at the bottom. So what we need to do is draw some circles, I think, to get this logo started. So let's pop into Illustrator and make a new document. That's called Oxfam logo. We'll use a print profile with one artboard. A4 is our size with landscape orientation. 3mm bleed, CMYK colours and high resolution. Once you're in, we will start by picking up our ellipse tool. We'll change our fill colour to anything for now. I'm just going to choose black, and we're going to remove the stroke. We don't want a stroke. I'm going to simply hold shift and draw a circle on the page. Once that circle is drawn, I'm going to go down to my scale tool just below the rotate tool there, and I'm just going to press enter once to bring up this box. What I want you to change is the uniform scale size to 50%. What that's going to do, it's going to copy and paste a circle that is 50% of our original size on top of that original picture. Click copy when you've done that, and you can see now we've got a big circle and a little circle. And that little circle, you can just change the fill colour of that to white. Okay, so now we can see that a bit clearer. If we go back to the Oxfam original logo, you can see we've got to get these split in half now. So I think the best way to do that is just to use the rectangle tool, stick with a white fill colour for it. We're going to hover around the center until our guides say that we are in the center. Once we're there, we're going to hold the Alt key down, click and drag, and that will drag out from that center point. We just want a skinny little rectangle to go through the middle of that, like so. Okay. Once you've got that, I want you to highlight everything or press Ctrl A. Go to your Pathfinder panel. Go to your window menu if you can't find that Pathfinder panel. And you want to select minus front, which is this option here. It's in the shape modes, and that takes away that rectangle we just drew and whatever's behind it. So now we've got 2 different shapes. They are grouped together still, so we do need to right click on them and ungroup them. So we've got a top and a bottom shape. Okay, you can see that there. To get the bottom shape now, this one down here, it's a simple job. Just click on the first semicircle at the top, hold the Alt key, I'm just going to drag down and drop it into position. Now you want to have it overlapping that bottom circle a bit. Now to get them all lined up nicely, just highlight all the shapes or press Ctrl A, and up the top here make sure you've got your horizontal align center button pushed, and that will make sure they've all got the same center point. So that's the basic shape of the Oxfam logo. Now what we're going to do is get some color into it. So I need a green background and white for the shapes here. So let's grab our ellipse tool again, and we'll grab that green color we want. I'm going to start around the center point of this shape, so let's keep hovering around until we get to the center. Our guides tell us when we're there. If we hold the Alt key, we can start dragging out. I'm going to hold shift as well so I get a perfect circle. Just make it big enough so it goes around the Oxfam logo. And you will need to go to your layers panel and ensure that that green circle is on the bottom. And that way it brings back our 3 other paths on top. We can select those 3 other paths now and make sure their fill color is white. And finally I'm just going to highlight everything one more time. I'll press Ctrl A to get all that. Go to the Pathfinder tool and we'll try and merge these. And that makes them all one big shape. So we can resize this now, move it around, and it's all one big image. So the last thing we want to do to this Oxfam logo is just put some text in. You would have to download and pay for a font to get the exact Oxfam font. So in this case we're going to use a font that's similar, and the one I want you to pick up is the Franklin fonts. Where are they? Here they are. The Franklin Gothic Demi, I think looks good. Make it nice and big. You'll probably have to grab your selection tool and just stretch that out a bit, because it is a bit wider than the actual logo. You want to change the color of it as well to a greeny color so it matches the picture part of the logo, and finally just highlight all of that, and we'll horizontal align the centers again. That way they're all in line with one another, and we have a completed Oxfam logo.